I've always said that we do not rule out any options when it comes to U.S. Security interests, but I will also reemphasize that my preferred course of action is to resolve this in a diplomatic fashion. It's up to the Iranians to respond.
We're back, and it's time for the Politics Fix with David Gregory, moderator of NBC's Meet the Press, and Ron Brownstein, the political director for Atlantic Media. David, we just saw the president on a stage in Pittsburgh, but it's really a world stage for him now. Does this change the dynamic of what his presidency is all about and who he is? Is he now more of a leader of the Western world than just the United States?
Well, inevitably in a presidency, there are events that are thrust upon the president that he has to respond to, shape, and he's got to shape it not just for himself, but, as you say, for the Western world, for the Western allies. And that's what the president is in the middle of doing right now. This is the moment of confrontation, of challenge with regard to Iran. This is the moment when he is able to say to the Iranians, got you. We got you. We see what you're doing. Now, you either sit down and talk and negotiate away nuclear weapons, or there's going to be a different track that you're not going to like. So stop haranguing, stop negotiating, stop saying one thing one day and something else another. Let's talk. And let's talk about the potential for a real relationship, because President Obama, is someone who wants to engage with you. All of that is really coming up for a test right now.
Hey, Ron, the backstory here, and it's not really the backstory, it's a major one, involves the president and his relationship with and his discussions with the Russians and the Chinese over this very issue. How, if at all, does this help him domestically in politics here?
Well, first of all, your point is correct, Mike. I think a lot of things that have happened up until this point in his presidency have put him in a stronger position to organize a kind of unified response from the world. The overall trajectory of his discussion of international organizations, the fact that he has made clear he was willing to have a negotiation with Iran, a more direct kind of engagement, and also, frankly, the decision on missile defense that removed some hurdles to the relationship with Russia. Those all put him in a stronger position to try to organize an international coalition here. But the hard truth is that this is one of those problems in which even the combined influence of a unified outside world may have limited capacity to change the trajectory of policy in Iran. And this is going to be a difficult and frustrating problem for Obama in all likelihood, as it was for President Bush. So on the one hand, I think it does elevate his stature in the world, and that cannot help but help him at home. On the other hand, it is going to be a persistent headache, and one that is unlikely to lead to, the equivalent of a VE day anytime soon.
Okay, Ron Brownstein, David Gregory, thanks very much.